Go buy an attorney.
Where'd you get this?
I got it.
The coke and heroin in the trunk, I thought. Them bangers we busted. Then he never brought it in, never logged it as evidence. He was still doing the morphine. He had a bottle next to him, too. A fifth of JD, half empty.
Half full. The taillights on some of these late models. They look like the eyes of demons, Joey. You think you'd know the eyes of demons if you saw them?
We didn't know, Denny. First thing we've got to do to face this thing is to let ourselves off the hook. We didn't know.
But we should know, Joey. We should know the eyes of a demon when we see one.
We can't know. How can we know?
It's our job. Otherwise, we end up with demons for friends.
Were you home tonight then?
Home? I ain't been home for hours, Jay. Hours. And hours. Days, weeks, months, years.
You saw us together, didn't you?
Saw who together?
You were there in the doorway, Denny. Don't fuck around! I saw you!
My ears, please. I'm sensitive.
We sat there in that rain for, I don't know, an hour longer, not a word. Just Denny mumbling the makes and models of passing cars under his breath. When he spotted the Le Mans from the overpass, he hobbled off to his car and I followed him. Then he had his Plymouth ditched on the northbound embankment. I jumped in the passenger door just as he gunned him over.
They want heroes, Joey. Be a hero. That's how you get reinstated. Superhuman. That's what they want us to be. Able to tell good and evil in a blink. That's what they want. That's what they get.
He's going on like this, weaving through traffic, topping 90 in pursuit of this late model Le Mans with taillights. He swears, glare at him like the eyes of a demon. I'm trying to slow them down, but how can you? Then he overtook the late model Le Mans and motioned it over. There was a kid at the wheel, gangbanger brat in a Raiders cap. He could hardly see over the wheel. Then he knew him from somewhere.
It was Willie.
On suspension, he had no badges, no squad car, no siren to show with cops. All Denny could think to do was make his point more emphatic, was to wave Willie over with his Ranger revolver.
Well, Willie saw the gun and veered off west.
Denny stuck with him for another mile or more until he forced him off the road and Willie flipped the Le Mans in a forest-preserved cul-de-sac.
And bolted out of the wreck and into the woods.
He was wearing one of those gangbanger warm-up jackets that had something tucked inside it in the front.
A 44.
Then he waved me to stay behind him when we chased Willie into the forest preserve.
Well, Joey was unarmed.
He didn't want me hurt.
Willie tripped and turfed, nose first in a clearing.
He was messing with whatever he had in his coat, but Denny caught up with him and ordered him hands out of the pockets and we face down on the ground.
Willie was scared shitless.
He was doing what Denny said, but all of a sudden he unzipped part of his coat and reached in, and I'm sorry. You just can't do that around a cop.
Not a fast, jerky motion like that.
It triggers a cop.
It's training, not choice.
No time to think. Life or death. Sometimes you just have to react.
I didn't mean to kill him. The logical conclusion is it's a piece in his coat, right? A 44, right? I linked the car to the shooting, Willie to Walter, ballistics on the gun will provide the last piece, case closed. But Joey, he goes to Willie, he opens his coat and there's this fucking puppy inside.
Who would have thought he'd run from the law with a fucking puppy?
Joey takes the puppy and I shove him aside and search Willie for a piece.
Willie was clean. Then he got real panicky and limped back to the overturned Le Mans. He practically stripped it. After he popped open the trunk with the tire item, then he squirmed in and found what he wanted.
44 Magnum. 44 Magnum. 44 Magnum.
There were other guns stashed in the trunk too, but the 44, that was what Denny wanted most. He tucked it down Willie's pants.
And sure enough, tucked down Willie's pants, he's a fucking 44.
Then he was a madman that night. Like a man in flames. He even wagged his range revolver at me and told me,
"Beat it! This was my kid was hurt. This is my fucking collar!"